About ready to get this show on the road, Billy?
Let's make it happen.
Turn your volume up a little bit on your microphone.
I got it up. Can you hear me okay now?
A little higher. Anyway, that sounds good, I guess. I just want to make sure our audio is good. Let's get this on the road. What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTubes? What's up, Twitter? That's right. It's me, Bobby C, and legendary VFL, Billy Ratliff. Billy, you have no idea. I hadn't talked to you all week since the Super Bowl. You know why I hadn't talked to you? Because I'm upset with you.
Why not?
You know why I'm upset. You have no idea, Billy, how confident I was giving up 3 points and taking Kansas City and going with the over.
I tried to warn you, man. I tried very hard.
And you know how and I even did some of them prop bets. I said somebody will hit 40, lost that one. I said Kansas City's first score was going to be a touchdown. I didn't even know they weren't going to score a touchdown.
I knew that.
No, you didn't. Now you're lying. You didn't know that. There ain't nobody in the country knew that Super Bowl was going to happen that way. But anyway, we're going to talk about that here in a minute because we got some bets to make. I'm going to look some things over because I really am down to my last $2, Billy. I left a few bucks in there so I could have something to gamble on the shows. Anyway, I got hurt on that. Anyway, I want to thank Blue Water Climate Control. They've helped us for a long time. They've got a lot of promotions going on. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but we want to thank Jeremy James down there at Blue Water Climate Control, veteran owned, locally owned. He's in the Navy on the USS Tennessee. He sponsors the show, helps us put out good Tennessee content, good Lady Vols content. I was going to have JC on the show, Jeff Coleman, your former teammate, but I guess Friday night was hard to get him on. I was going to kind of go over the Cold World podcast and what all he has planned there. But I hear we got some coaches that we're hiring. Tell everybody what you think about these coaches. I want to know. Fill me in because you're in Knoxville. I'm not right now. But what's going on the coaching hires? And then we're going to take some calls at 865-424-1342. You can go ahead and call in. And you can listen to the show while you're on hold. But anyway, what's going on with the coaches, Billy?
Well, like I said, I tell you about the only coach that I know that's over there that they got on the staff, and that's one of my coaches I used to have back when I played at Tennessee, and that's Coach Gardner. Coach Gardner, a good guy, man. He's very oriented. He loves the guys. He knows how to get the guys together. He's what I call a player's coach. You know, he has developed a lot of kids. I mean, wherever he's been successful. And that's what I like about him. He's a great recruiter, and he knows how to develop kids. I don't care if they're 1-star, 2-star, 3-star walk-on. He makes the kids better. And everywhere that he has went, he's been successful. And I'm just glad he's back, man. I mean, he's happy about the hire. I mean, he's tickled about the hire. He can't believe he got hired back here at Tennessee. So he's happy to even be here. So we're lucky to have him back.
See, I didn't realize that he was coaching while you were there.
Yes.
What position was he coaching? He wasn't coaching D-line. That was Coach Brooks.
No, I think he was tight end coach when he was here.
Oh. But I think he did play at Auburn. I think he was a player at Auburn. He was a player somewhere. I haven't checked up on his wiki, but I'm pretty sure it was Auburn. I know he's coached there. So you like the hire?
I love the hire.
Is any hires you don't like? Anything? Have we found a DC officially yet? I hear everybody's been wanting to.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of speculations. Like, you know, I don't do speculations. I'm old school. I want, you know, the hard knowledge that it's a complete hire. I don't like the he say she say stuff or what they spitting out there online about the DC or the guys that are in favor of getting it, because I don't like it, because when you start putting names out there and then all of a sudden they say this guy didn't want it and all that. And I'm the same way when it comes with the recruits. I'm doing that with the coaches right now. Until they sign the dotted line, I don't know. I'm not talking about them.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give some shout outs on YouTube's, and then you can do Facebook. We got Justin Sanday checking in from Oklahoma, says, hello, Catfish and Billy. Matt Dummett says hello. Okie Brave says, hi, Billy and Catfish. Josh calls the plays. You don't need an offensive coordinator. I can't check Twitter. I don't know if you can, but go ahead and give some shout outs on Facebook, and let's fill these phone lines up. You can hear the show while you're on hold. We want to hear from you. That's what this show is about. We want to hear from you guys. I don't care what it is. We want to hear it. It's 865-424-1342. But give me some shout outs and read some comments over there.
Mike Rabruzzi over here. He said, go Vols. Hey, how's it going, Mike? And we got Patrick Eady. He's always over here. He said, hello, all. And see Mark Taylor. He said, took the end of the week to get some good news about coaches. Hey, that's, we got to take our time and find the right guys to mix with these guys. I don't want to be in a hurry like we've always been and make the wrong hire again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chuck Milton said, love you guys. Go Big Orange. Let's see. I said Paul Neighbors. He's on here. And Preston Hess said, hey, guys, love your show and go Big Orange.
Yeah, Preston's always watching us.
Mm-hmm.
So is Patrick Eady. All these guys are.
Ron Trito. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. You say go Vols. Scott Hester, go Vols. Enjoyed your show. Thank you, Scott. That's it. We got quite a few people over here watching right now. Actually, got 40 people over here watching number 40. I like that.
No, 40 people watching number 40. Can't beat that. Well, anyway, we got some announcements. That canvas print behind you, I'm gonna put it up here on the. I think I've got it somewhere. Let me see. That canvas print behind you, I'm going to blow it up where people can see it. We're going to be giving that away for the football season. There's several ways you can be entered into it. It's 6 foot wide, right, Billy, and 32 inches tall, and it's a canvas. It is nice. It don't look that big, but it really is that big. You can follow and like Volunteer Roadshow Facebook page. We also have another Facebook page. It's easy to find, Roadshow Locker Room. Like and comment on any of our videos or posts, sharing our post. That'll get you an entry. Joining our volunteerroadshow.com profile. It's free. That's going to be a way to enter. Subscribing to our main YouTube channel, Volunteer Roadshow. And then we're streaming live on our new live streaming channel called Roadshow Locker Room. We'll probably change the name to Volunteer Roadshow Live or something on that, but subscribe to that, comment in a video, in a live chat. Those are ways to get you entered. There's just all kinds of ways to get you entered. Tell all your friends about a Volunteer Roadshow. We've got Jeff Coleman doing a great show called Cold World Podcast. Alexis Hornbuckle, former Lady Vol basketball player and 2-time national champion. And something else I didn't know about Alexis, Billy. I don't know if you probably knew this. She was like defensive rookie of the year in the WNBA when she won when she won the title in, was it Detroit?
Yes.
Yeah, rookie of the year. Alexis Hornbuckle.
Alexis good.
When she came by and hung out with us in the studio, we should have took her out there on the basketball court.
I didn't want to make her look bad, Bobby.
Hey, if you could have beat her, then I could have beat her because I beat you in horse.
Yeah, that's horse.
Oh. But anyway, she does a lot of basketball training. They're doing a Lady Vols post-game show after every Lady Vols game and a Wednesday night stream called Buck and 2MC. That's her nickname. We've got several other shows. We've got More Important Issues. Landon and Caleb. They do a great job on Sunday night and Wednesday night. So check us out. Check all these shows out. Comment, share it, tell all your friends. And we've got more VFLs in the pipeline. I'm really wanting to make this the best video and audio production media for volunteers. That's my goal, and we're working hard on it. Check out our website. You can buy anything you want, orange and white on there, just about. Not quite as much as Hound Dogs, but we're working on it. We've got hats, helmets, full-size helmets, and Billy will sign anything that you order if you just let him know what you want signed and where you want it signed. We're also going to be giving some stuff away to commenters and callers. Now, maybe we'll just do callers. Anybody that calls will get a. Let me zoom this in on me. I'm gonna show y'all what we're giving away. We got your choice. It's a little satchel bag. I don't know if you see it. It's two-sided. Got a white one. They're called double deckers. They got a little string tied, a little string for a little satchel. Got a gray. This is the gray one. Anybody that calls in the show, that's theirs for free. Can't beat that. We need some callers. Need some good callers. And we want to hear what you want to talk about, how you want to talk about it. There's no stupid questions. I take that back. There might be a few stupid questions. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, let's talk about how bad I did. I want to get this away. I want to get this out of the way. Billy, there's no way. When you told me you were taking Tampa in the money line, Tampa to win straight up, I laughed at you, remember?
You laughed at me.
Did you really feel that way? What made you say that? Because it couldn't have been common sense. I had the better bet. I had the smarter bet. I had the smarter money. How did you know to place that bet? Because everybody was going against it? What
Exactly.
Teach me something.
Matter of fact, the line was too low. 3 points. Come on now. We're talking about Kansas City Chiefs offense. I mean, they're coming from behind by 28 points and winning by 21. And the line was only 3 points. It didn't make sense. I'm like, okay, let's use the reverse psychology part of this here. What Vegas thinks. Vegas thinks, let's give them 3 points and make it sound so easy where we'll make all this money. And hey, if we lose a couple money line bets on Tampa Bay, so be it. We up 70%. So I like my chances when it's a 70% is better than 30%. That's a nice investment.
What else did you bet on? Go ahead and rub it in my face, because I didn't win not nary a bet, as your sister would say.
I took Tyreek not to score a touchdown.
How did you know that?
Under 100 yards. I took the first score would be a field goal by Kansas City. And, of course, I took the money line and I took the +3. I took the under 56 points. And
that's right. You took the under. I thought that was Billy, I even loaded up to hedge my bets on the Kansas City -3. I said, one thing I do know for sure, without a doubt, was it was going over 55 points.
Yes, you did.
And I loaded up another couple dollars on that bet. I think I even put another $5 on that bet.
Yeah, you probably did, Bobby. I'm like, I can't believe you keep doing it to yourself.
That was probably my worst weekend in betting, was the Super Bowl. I'm never betting on the NFL again, ever. Never. If you hear me start hooting and hollering about a bet on the NFL, slap me upside the head. What do you think about our layout? Can you see our layout that I built today? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I'm sitting there looking at it right now. I actually like it.
Just adding a few little things, make it look a little fresher. I got some comments over here on YouTube, and I know you've got some on Facebook. Let me read them over here. Oh, Chase is already running his mouth. He said, whatever Catfish bets, do the opposite. See what you've created, Billy?
Oh, I mean, they are smart people, Bobby. They know the truth. They know it. If they want to win money or how you call it, rent money, just go against you. You got a better chance of winning if you bet against Catfish.
I wasn't true that one weekend.
And then see, I'll take that. One weekend out of 56. It's a good percentage for me.
Yeah. We still need to get some callers, 865-424-1342. If you want one of these Tennessee bags, call in. Justin wants some Tennessee barbecue. Well, call in, and I'll send you one of these bags. That's the best I can do. And Chase says he likes to lay out. Chase Talent, he always watches this. How come Justin Sanday's not a moderator? I'm just making him a moderator. I don't know why he's not. And Okie Brave. He's not a moderator. Y'all are always in. And Matt Dummett. Y'all are always in here. I got to reward you guys that are always watching me. Chase says, missed you guys when I came home on leave. Whenever that will be, I'm going to have to meet y'all. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll make sure that happens. But what, you got any comments over on Facebook, Billy? I saw a few of them. And then we'll get this caller.
Let's go back over here. Trying to see if I read all these.
There was some about, I saw, did you see the?
See, Ron, he said I said his name correct. I finally didn't mess someone's name up. I don't like the he say, she say stuff. Let's see.
I'm trying to get the comments up here.
Like my comments are not showing.
I don't know. I'll read them out to you. Alex Botkin says, do you guys think Kevin Steele will be retained at all? To have him still on staff at this point, I feel like they are going to retain him. And if so, why would they not make him DC?
I mean, me personally, if they're going to spend that kind of money they already spent, I keep them. I don't know if that's what Coach Hyper wants, but it's his decision to make. I'm not gonna. I can't comment on that until I get some concrete information. I haven't heard anything about it yet.
Patrick Eady said he had some tears in his eyes when they hired Garner. Bob Shee says, do you think defensive coordinator will be announced on Monday, Billy?
I'm not sure. They keep saying it on Monday, and it's been a couple of Mondays have passed. So I'm just gonna still wait and see, guys. It will happen. The train will not start until the staff gets it going.
Well, we got a caller on hold. Let's get to that. Let me hit the right buttons, and we'll get that caller on here. Let's see. Taylor, let me click the talk button. What you got for Catfish and Billy Ratliff?
How you guys doing this Friday?
Doing great.
Good. No, we've heard about Garner and the guy from Rice. Now, when you go online, though, it shows both Casey Rogers and Conklin as our defensive coordinators. Is this just somebody messing with Wikipedia, or when you search up their names, that's what it pulls up in their bio? I
don't know. Have you heard that, Billy?
I haven't heard that yet.
Where did you see this at?
I went on. Went on my phone, went online like Google, and put in their names, and then it pulls up on their bio. That they're, it says both of them are defensive coordinator at Tennessee.
Wow.
That Conklin left Wilford to become the defensive coordinator at Tennessee, and it says Casey Rogers is now the defensive coordinator at Tennessee. And I'm like, somebody messing with somebody.
Yeah, I know that wiki that's pretty much done by anybody can put anything on wiki. What do you think about keeping Kevin Steele? Maybe making him defensive coordinator. Do you think he's defensive coordinator material?
Anybody's a defensive coordinator, I think.
Yeah.
Except for Catfish.
He would be a great defensive coordinator. I just can still, the fact that he's not the head coach now, and can he work with Heupel?
Yeah. So what do you think about the Heupel hire? Have you got anything you want to say about that? We want to hear from you guys. I know it's too late to talk about it, but I do want to hear what Vol fans think.
Well, I figured after all the searching got over with, that's who he was going to go back to, is who he felt most comfortable with. You know, he went his route, did the search. People either said no or not enough money or whatever the case may be, and he just had to go back to who he knew could right the ship right now. You know, I think Heupel is that kind of person that's going to come in and create that, cultivate that atmosphere that they need there to win.
All right, I want to know the truth. What'd you say your name was, Taylor?
Yeah, Mark Taylor.
Mark Taylor. You watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter? What do you watch us on?
Facebook.
Yeah. All right. Be honest and listen. You know, Billy Ratliff's a legend, so I don't want to see you trying to butter up to Billy. I want to know the truth. Which was the smarter bet? Taking Kansas City -3 or Tampa on the money line? No, not now, hindsight. I'm talking about before the game. What would you have thought was the smarter bet?
I bet on KC.
Yep. See?
You know, I mean, Mahomes the whole time. I mean, he just wasn't playing like himself. You know, I mean, now we know he has to have surgery. But I mean, I'm not trying to say that was the reason. It's just that defense showed up for Tampa, and they just didn't find a way to overcome that, unfortunately. And they've been doing it all year. For some reason, they just couldn't do it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was disappointed. Not that I was probably more disappointed in Kansas City and the Super Bowl. I mean, would you have bet? I'd have bet everything I had, Billy, that Kansas City would have scored a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's rigged. I think the whole thing's rigged.
Yeah, everybody think it's rigged when they lose.
No, I told you when you called me up before the game, we were talking. I don't remember, was it Saturday we were talking about sending out some packages, and then we started talking about the betting, and you told me you was taking the money line. And I said, if Tampa wins that ball game, it's rigged. Did I not say that?
You did, but what if KC would have won? Would have been rigged then?
Nope.
Oh boy, I love it. I love it.
They just can't let Peyton Manning have a record.
Yeah, I think that's it. They hate Tennessee. ESPN everybody hates Tennessee. Well, caller, you got anything else you want to get off your chest, or you want to vent, or anything you want to say or ask? Don't ask me any betting advice because I don't have any.
I didn't do any better myself, so. But no, I just enjoy you guys.
I appreciate that.
Enjoyed watching Billy growing up.
Yep. He had a famous play, I think. I think he had one.
He sure did.
Something I don't remember.
Yeah, he had a couple of good plays there.
Yeah.
I mean, if he could just find it and play it, that would be so awesome.
Here, I got it right here.
One timeout left.
It's on my mixer.
To go for the first down.
There you go.
Sterner lost the football. Oh my goodness! He stumbled and fumbled, and Billy Ratliff recovered.
Honestly, Billy, how long after the game did you hear that call or watch a highlight of that? Didn't you tell me it had been a long time? You didn't even watch the game?
I mean, it was a long time before I watched that game. I mean, even the national championship game. I mean, I'm talking, 6-7 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Wow. I remember I lost a lot of food when that play happened.
Everybody did.
Sitting there watching my food went flying everywhere.
I get on to him all the time. I said, I was trying to get some clips of something, and I ran across the fumble that Billy recovered in the national championship game, and he did this little. He was trying to shake a little bit, but he couldn't shake. Have you ever seen somebody try to do a little shake but couldn't shake and hand the ball to the ref? That was Billy. I'm like, come on, man, you could have done better than that.
Hey, it was called. You got to do it quick before the ref see you and get that 15-yard flag, and you be running your tail off on Monday.
Is that what it was? Really? He'd have made you run for that.
That's exactly what it was. You never saw me celebrating on camera. Well, at least getting caught by the refs.
Hey, I still got the DVDs when they came out for that year.
Yeah, wasn't that called like Destiny or something?
And
or I can't remember. They had
Destiny,
a series. Yeah,
and it's got the big T in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got that in my little trophy case there.
We may play that on the channel one day. Just play series of that and just comment and react to them. It's sad that we got to go that far back, ain't it, Mark, to have any sort of glory. That's what's so sad.
It is. And you thought we could have still built upon that after T left and everything and everybody else left. And you thought that would happen, but then
Billy, I don't know if I've ever
have a brain fart and have some bad coaches.
I meant to ask Billy this. You know, Fulmer, the team was going down, and you always said it was a mistake for them to fire Fulmer. If they would have kept him as coach and not fired him, what do you think? Let's see, the 09, 10, 11, 12, if they kept him another 3 years, do you think he would have those were just anomalies the last couple of years? Why do you think it was a mistake to fire him?
Oh, gosh, this is simple. Let's just put it this way here. All the man did was win. Top 5 recruiting class, top 10 recruiting class every single year. And, you have a bad year here or whatever, but when I told everybody that be careful what you wish for, that's something people always say. And you will miss those 9, 10 wins or 10, 11, 12, however many it was. You don't just fire someone that's 79% winning rate in the SEC and replace them with someone that had a 0 percentage.
That's true.
You're supposed to replace any great coach if they retire or you fire them. You're supposed to replace them with someone better.
So that's your biggest problem, is that they replaced him with somebody with 0 college experience. Is that your biggest problem?
That's what pissed me off, just to be honest with you. You if you're going to replace them with someone, you go out there and find somebody that had been good, or coming out for NFL head coaching, or, they over in the ACC and been, just won the national championship or something. And you don't just hire someone that just haven't done anything. And that's what killed me with the whole hiring of someone that's never done it before. And, I mean, I'm a little bit, biased with it because that was my coach. But it's just when they took the hiring away from him or who he wanted to be on his staff or whatever, how this was, it changed a lot of stuff that happened over there. I mean, you don't replace. I mean, it still pissed me off that they let Coach Sanders go. If they were going to let my coach go, fire him, they should have fired him the year they got rid of Coach Sanders, which was the year before.
True. What do you think the real reason was that they fired him?
He spoke his mind. He didn't care about hurting anybody's feelings. And that's what's missing today in the coaching world or whatever, I mean, it sucks because the world or everything has gotten so watered down.
Yeah. Well, Mark, I appreciate you calling the show. You got anything else before we go?
No, not really. Like what he was saying about Fulmer. I mean, if you look back at majors, I mean, how many chances did he get? I mean, he didn't have a lot of 10-win seasons. You know, I remember some 7-5 scraping and scrounging to get wins and things like that. And then they hire Kiffin right after him, and it was almost like a slap in the face.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I don't know. We just got to get. It's like Leonard Little said on the show with Jeff Coleman the other day. I don't care who he is, what he looks like, where he's from, as long as he can win some ball games.
And I'm with you there.
Well, why don't you email Bobby C. It's easy to remember, Bobby C. at volunteerroadshow.com. Just say, hey, this is Mark called into the show, and I'll send you the information to get one of these bags, your choice. And appreciate you calling.
Appreciate that.
Thanks for following us, and don't forget to subscribe to us on both of our YouTube channels, Volunteer Roadshow and Roadshow Locker Room, and that increases your chance to win that big old canvas behind Billy. And 6 foot by 32 inches.
I sure will, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Thanks for the call, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great one. Bye.
All right, that was a good call. Speaking his mind. Anybody else? 865-424-1342. I seen some more comments. Have you been able to read the comments yet, Billy?
Let's see. Right now, it's Michael Shadowwinds. Hey, that's my old boss back at Verizon, man. He said, "Who's going to be the DC?" I don't know, Mike. It's up in the air right now. I mean, if they're going to give all this money out, heck, I think I need to go over there and try it out and see if I can pan out. And at least if that's the case, let me become the ATM machine. At least I'll donate it back and find a new coach. Let's see here. Eric White, he said, "Go ahead and flex on it, Billy." I guess he's talking about when you played that, I think.
Yeah.
Bob Shetty, he said, "Billy Ratliff was a good dancer back in '98. Hey, the big man had plenty of moves. You just didn't get a chance to see him." Alex Bakken, he said, "I was 8 when we won the Natty. I'm 31 now. We've been in the desert a long damn time." Yes, we have. It is dry. The well is dry. It is time to fill the well back up with some talent and get these coaches to build them up and start winning some ball games. But it's still going to take some time, guys. I mean, it is not going to be instant potatoes. It is going to be a process to happen. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. I mean, we're talking about the SEC now. You know, the bar is very high in the SEC. And right now, the bar is high when it comes to winning the SEC, because now you have the best team that ever been resurrected. Now these guys are huge. Alabama, they're the giants now. It's going to be hard to take those guys off their throne.
Do you think that Alabama is what's transpired down there the last 12, 13 years is good or bad for college football? I think it's hurt. I think it's hurt fans' expectations of other teams. That's the bad part I see coming from it.
Well, I mean, I'm still old school with it. You know, of course, what goes up must come down. Eventually, it will catch up, man. I mean, I would say, these coaches are starting to figure it out, and it's just the problem is, man, this Alabama's getting all the best players, man. It's not easy when you got that many good players that doesn't really need that much coaching. And then when you got coaches that are developing those guys, it's tough. It's tough. I think, it's going to be a while before someone catch up with those guys. And I mean, right now, to me personally, the only thing that could damage that ship over there is themselves. Some type of allegations or something like that. I mean, that's the only thing that will crush that dynasty, because that's what it is now.
Well, I think a lot of fans have too high of expectation when they're hiring a coach. They see all these one-hit wonders, first-year wonders. They say, well, if so-and-so can win his first year, why can't we Why can't Pruitt win in his second or third year? First of all, for every hot shot that comes out of the gate and wins a whole bunch of games his first year, I'll show you 100 that didn't. I think that we get too high of expectation. Now, I think we have a good job. I think Tennessee's a good job, and we should be able to recruit somebody. But I think when you see all this success at other teams like Alabama, it hurts your expectations. And if any fan base in the world should be not expecting too much, it should be us. And I think I've always said we've had the worst fans in the country, because we do have some of the worst fans in the country, but we've got the best fans in the country. If you're a Tennessee fan and you're 30 years old or younger, you're a good fan in my book, because you haven't experienced really much in your adult life to root, to be proud of. Like I said, we got to go back to 98, 99, 2000, 2001 to have anything to be like reminisce about.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. It's been a while. It has been a while.
We got another caller. Let's get them on. It looks like John wants to talk football. What you got for Catfish and Billy?
Hey, what's up, Catfish and Billy? How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Man, how you doing?
I had a question for you. Either one of you can take this. Name me one coach. Y'all were talking about one-hit wonders just a few minutes ago. Name me one coach that won a natty in his first 3 years as a coach.
Well, I think Saban actually, did he win his in the third year? When did he win his first?
Nope.
No, as a
as a
head coach, not at a new job. Okay.
As a head coach. People forget about him coaching at Michigan State.
Yeah, that's right.
Where he was mediocre.
Yep.
It's a pretty it's kind of a trick question, because that's the first name people think of when you talk about dynasties and winning all the time. The guy that I've got in mind is Dabo Swinney at Clemson. I think he won natty in it was either his second or third year. I can't remember. Oh, you know what? Somebody else. Gene Chizik. Now, there's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
For you.
Miami coach.
Yeah.
Billy, you were talking a few minutes ago about instant potatoes, and it's a process, and the well's empty and all that good stuff. What do you think? I don't know if you guys talked about this. What do you think about our best player, Henry To'o, going to Alafrican Bama? Well, how's that sit with you?
I don't like it. Billy?
It's maddening.
Did you hear BVD?
No, I didn't hear the question.
I don't think he heard the
Say it again.
Hear the question.
Say it again for
What
him.
do you think? What do you think about Henry To'o transferring to Alabama?
If that's the best place for him to go, he wants to go, let him go. I mean, I don't like the transfer portal the way it's been done, to be honest with you. I mean, the transfer portal is supposed to be, in a situation where the kid is, how would I say that? It's changed so much, though, where the kid, if he's not getting playing time or whatever, he can't pan out and he gets upset and transferred. And you got the kid that just transferred because he wants to. And with the COVID situation, it has watered it down too much for me, where now it's just you can transfer anywhere and anytime. And then for what Henry did, I mean, if he's going to Alabama, I mean, so be it. I mean, he's going to the best program that he thinks going to help him out to become the best linebacker he can be. I mean, I'm quite sure he could have did the same thing here at Tennessee. It sucks that we lost the kid, but it is what it is. That's what they have set it up to do, and that's what's going on right now. I hate it that he's going to be going to the rivalry, but I can't fault the man for doing what's best for himself.
I can't. Me personally, of course, obviously, I never played college football, but I just can't see. I could never see myself playing for a team, Tennessee, for 2 years and then just transferring to their biggest rival. I don't get that. Now I know he's from California. He's not a Tennessee fan like he didn't grow up rooting for Tennessee like me and Bobby. Me and Bobby are probably more biased than you are when it comes to stuff like that, because you spoke on a more rational. You gave a more rational answer than I would have if somebody asked me that question, because my answer came in my video. I didn't like it. I don't like it. I hate it when they go. I don't like it when they go anyway, but I get it. Sometimes the situation calls for, a kid having to transfer. But I couldn't understand it with him. I mean, 2 years he's played here. He's been our best defensive player. He's a team leader. And I just kind of felt like at the most crucial time he bailed on what teammates he had left. And maybe that comes from me just being a fan and not fully understanding, the brotherhood that you guys talk about all the time. I mean, you couldn't see, of course, you guys were a lot better, but you couldn't see Jeff Coleman transferring to Alabama, could you, when you guys were playing? Or Al Wilson, or, there's no way in hell Al Wilson would have ever transferred to Alabama.
Well,
I don't know. Go ahead.
I'll tell you this here then. If that was, or if that did happen, let's just say hypothetical, when I played, and let's just say Peyton Manning transferred to Alabama. I'm just gonna be a little bit blunt with this situation. When I played, if Peyton Manning transferred to Alabama, just make sure Peyton Manning is gonna get his ass kicked when we see Alabama next year.
Yeah.
That's what it would have been. We would have gonna make sure Peyton Manning wish he would have never transferred, because he was gonna be on his back every single play.
Yeah, and I don't, there's nothing we can do about it as fans. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see how the players react to it when Alabama rolls around this year. Anyway, I just wanted to call in and ask you guys that. Tell you, hope you have a good weekend. Enjoy listening to your show on Friday nights. And go Vols. We're not going to suck forever.
We can't.
We're just going to suck for a little while.
Yep. All right, buddy. Why did it come up and say John? Did you not speak clearly when you talked to the screener?
No, I'm sick. Come down with something pretty bad last night. My voice is not normal, so I'm
all right, buddy.
They probably just didn't understand my hit voice. Y'all have a great night. All right,
we'll see, buddy. Yeah, I don't like that transfer portal either. I get it in some instances, but these players just aren't playing at Tennessee because they've got orange in their blood. Most players don't. I don't care what team you have. They're going to go play for that team because they think that team's going to give them the best opportunity to get to the next level, period.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do when you first sign with a team, though. That's what when you come in and you sign a letter of intent, you expect to go win with that team. I mean, I never thought about, going to another school. I mean, the only time I ever thought about going to another school is when I felt like I was homesick and I wanted to go back home and get closer to my family. It wasn't, at that time, that's the only reason anybody ever transfer, or of course, if, they are not going to get any playing time whatsoever. They having a bad situation with coaches or anything. Now, I get those situations, but I'm not transferring because I'm losing. Fix it.
I wonder
Stop
what the
losing.
real reason was for him entering the portal, just because of the coaching change, and he felt like, he wanted to get out.
No, that is I understand that. Like, let's say if the coach that recruited you left and the guy that's been your coach by left, I get that. And then these new coaches come in and they're not even talking to you like you're the captain of the team or you was here last year, and they come in and bring all their guys in. That's different. I mean, I can see that happening, but what he did and some of these other guys that transferred did is something that you don't supposed to do. I mean, you at least wait it out and see how it's going to happen, if it's going to fall in place for you. If the new coaches are going to come in and help you out and become more successful. And if it doesn't work out, hey, leave. I would at least give the coaches a chance.
Yeah. Well, I know most of the players on your team, there were a few legacy players or people from the state. Spencer Riley was one of them that I remember. He said he grew up a Vols fan. But most of them went there to get exposure or whatever, and I get that. But once you get to campus, would you say that's when the blood started flowing orange for most of the players, and where they had some loyalty, and it was like, these are my boys?
I mean, that don't start into game one.
Really?
First snap of the game. When you realize that it is bigger than what you thought it was, all that changed, man. That's when you learn the legacies, you learn the rituals, you learn all the history. Once you learn the history and all that stuff, that's when you start realizing you're VFL. I mean, it would be hard for me to be honest with you, if my son went to Alabama right now as a recruit, and
he better not.
I have to go to Alabama, but I'm not going to wear Alabama sweatshirt. I mean, I wear Alabama hat.
Yeah, because that's your son.
Yes. But I would never be converted in me and be like Road Tide. No, that wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
It would be for one player only.
All right, we got a couple callers. Steven's up next. Let me get him, and then we got Bob. What you got for Catfish and Billy there, Steven?
Hello?
Yeah, what you got for us?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us?
So with regard to coaching,
okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, with regards to coaching, like I said, I know you guys said new coaches coming in and whatnot. Now, I do agree with that. The old coaches, there's been speculation that they're clapping the cheeks of the old players, and that's just creating frustration. So I'm supporting the new coaches coming in, because these old coaches, I'm not sure what's happening, any sexual relations with the players or not, but we need new coaches in.
All right, we're going to go to Bob from North Georgia. What you got for us there, Bob?
Yeah, I'm a big Tennessee fan from North Georgia. I'm an alumni from '99, and I even hanged out with Billy a couple of times when he was at school there.
Oh, cool.
What's going on,
I
Bob?
watch y'all show all the time. You and Jason Swain do a great job.
Appreciate that. So what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the football team. I wanted to know, what do you think our biggest weakness is to recover after being on probation, if they put on us probation for 2 years?
That's going to be tough regardless. If we lose scholarships, it's going to be tough on these guys. Especially if we're already down right now. Just imagine losing 5-6 more scholarship guys that be able to recruit. We'll be down for a while. I mean, right now, we're going to have to come out the gates winning right now in order for us to be successful, because if we continue to lose, the recruits won't continue to come.
Well, I just wish there was an expiration on the transfer portal. I'm getting tired of hearing about Harry Toto. If he's staying, if he's going. If he's going, let's get another linebacker in, as a recruit.
I agree with that. Let's move on if that's what's going to happen. Move on.
I mean, I guess he needs to find a new car salesman. I guess that's what they say down in Alabama.
But Billy, you are right. It comes down to recruits. That's why Alabama keeps getting better. It's easy to recruit when you're putting players in the NFL like we used to do in the 90s. And when you're playing for national championships, you can recruit people a lot, great players a lot easier.
I know when we had Terry Fair and we had Chad Clifton, Spencer Riley. I was there those days.
Those are some good old days. I'm editing a recruiting video with all Billy's class in '95 signing class, and it's going to be great. I may play it on a live show one of these days, but it was just good to go back.
I know you can't make a prediction, but do you think we'll at least be 500 next year?
Wow.
I would be happy with 6 wins.
You would be happy with 6 wins, man.
I'm tired of watching Georgia run all over us, and they keep cheating down here.
Yeah, I would be happy with 7 wins. I would be resigned that we didn't crap the bed with 6 wins. I wouldn't be ecstatic, and I would.
Well, here I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say 6. How many we get this year?
Well, what does that got to do with next year?
Well, I'm just saying, let's double the wins. Let's get a bowl game. Get the kids some opportunities to understand what it takes to win. But we got some work to do. It's not going to be easy. I'm telling you, this is going to be the toughest season you guys have seen in a long time. I mean, I'm hoping that coach can come in and motivate these guys and make them play better than what they've done in the past. But we still we're a long way away with players, guys. We still don't have enough players. We don't have enough dogs. We don't have it.
Yeah, but I understand we don't got the dogs, but it seems like the NCAA is becoming like the NFL and playing favorites, who they want to bust and who they don't want to bust. Alabama and Georgia's making them a lot of money, so they're not busting them for nothing.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. You know how me taking Kansas City and giving up 3 points in the Super Bowl was like the smartest bet anybody could ever make? Here's a better bet than that. If we only win 6 games, there'll be 30% of our fan base wanting him fired.
Well, if that's the case, get ready. I mean, he understands that. He already knows that. He's seen that. I mean, Tennessee has been the punching bag for a long time. He wouldn't have took this job if he didn't know what he was getting himself into.
Now, I'm not saying he should have been fired. I'm just saying that there'll be you'll start seeing them posts on Facebook when we get blowed out by Florida and Georgia and Alabama. Oh, fire him. We just can't win. Same old story, same old song and dance if we only win 6 games. I'm telling you, you're going to see that from the fan base. And I think that's what makes us some of the worst fans in the country right there.
Well, Billy, how many years do you think Josh should have to build this program back up? 5?
Billy?
What's that?
I think his audio cut out. Go ahead and say that again, caller.
Yeah, how many years do you think we should give Josh the slack? 3 to 4 seasons to get it together?
4 years. I mean, it takes that, to get a foundation, and you got to have it all the way up until your recruits become seniors. And, that's when the development starts. When you got guys that playing at high levels and the younger guys are looking up to these guys and they starting to mimicking what these older guys are doing. And if these older guys are being successful, the younger guys going to be successful as well. And that's what it takes in order to become champions. You got to have veteran players to be able to do that. That is what Coastal Carolina had. That is what Liberty had. They had seniors. They had guys that's been playing together, has been winning already. You know, everybody think that Coastal
Right.
Carolina and Liberty wasn't winning before this year. Those teams were already winning.
Hey Billy, we just caller, just
My-
hang on just a second, caller. One of your teammates is
Okay.
waiting in the I didn't know he was there. Jeff Coleman is in the waiting room of Zoom. He never
Okay.
texted me back. I never saw a text. But let me see if I can get Jeff in here while we got this caller. But anyway, go ahead, caller. Do you have anything else? I guess
Yeah,
he's gone.
my final say is, what do you think if our chances of getting Ty Simpson?
Who?
The quarterback that everybody, Alabama and us, are fighting over? Simpson.
Oh, I don't know. You got an echo? It's probably coming from.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, caller.
Yes. What do you think our chances of us picking up that quarterback Simpson?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm a little bit different when it comes to that. I mean, recruits, I typically don't talk about recruits until they sign what I call a LOI, because these kids today, there's no loyalty with recruiting anymore. They rather tweet and post that they got 100 offers, even though they only going to sign one. And then they get mad when the team don't sign them because they waited too late. All the scholarships are gone. So I don't know. I mean, I've heard the kid is a good kid. Pretty much if any school is recruiting these kids, they're good. So until they get on campus, I don't talk about them.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for taking my call.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling, man.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Jeff says he can't see anything. Well, turn your camera on. What do you mean you can't see anything, Jeff? Are you there, Jeff? We just got your.
I'm here. I'm here. Let me get this camera right though. I don't understand what's going on, man. I think Worm purposely blocked out my visuals. I think he cut me off because he hadn't seen me in a couple weeks. But you know, I see what happens when you don't show up for work for a couple. My badge doesn't work no more. I can't get on. So you know, I see what's happening. But let me see if I can get this fixed.
He's blaming you, Billy.
Do you like that?
Blaming you, Billy. Well, while we're waiting on him, there was some good comments over here on YouTube. I'll go ahead and read them. Okay. Like B Hunter says, just win, baby. That's it. If we win, everything else will take care of itself.
Yes.
Dub thinks, I guess he's talking about Henry To'o. I think he just wanted to win. I feel like he'd have a better shot at the NFL staying at UT. I don't know. We'll find out.
A lot of people were saying that he would not play if he go to Alabama. Oh, he will play.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure about that?
He will play. He will.
Sure about that?
I mean, the kid can run, man. If he can run to the dang on ball and make plays, he will play. I mean, Alabama linebackers was suspect this past season.
They just won a national championship.
Yeah, I mean, still the LBs was their weak.
So that's my point. If they just won a national championship, are you sure he's going to play there? So let's mark this. What's today's date? February 12th?
Yep.
Well, me personally, I mean, I don't think he's crazy for going to Alabama.
No, I don't blame him for that.
No, I don't blame him, but I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't have went to Alabama if I was going to transfer somewhere.
Does he have to sit? He has to sit out a year, right?
No, he don't have to sit out. He can play.
Why not? Why didn't he have to sit out?
They gonna let. I mean, because of the situation, you get to play right away now.
Because of COVID?
Yes.
That's bull.
Last year didn't count.
NFL, this is this college football free agency right now. You can just.
That's what it is. That's what it is right now.
Okay.
College free agency.
All right. So this makes my bet or my premise with you even more substantial. So he's eligible to play right away. So you think he's gonna start first game of the season?
I mean, depending on how you go down and play, JC, I don't know.
Yes or no? I know it depends on this. So do you think he's going to go from what you've seen from him and what you've seen from what they have? Do you think he's going to go down there and start?
If he plays the way I've seen him play, based off the coaching he's got, yes.
Okay.
So where's your camera at? I can't see you. I can't put you up here where people can see you, Jason.
Let me tell you, like, for instance here, this kid was a player that Alabama wanted too now. You know, he chose Tennessee because of the coach that was here.
Yeah, he did.
Like, he could have went to Alabama and he'd be in the same situation right now. He would probably be an All-American linebacker right now, getting coached with it.
No, I'm not knocking the kid or anything else. That's not what I'm doing. But yeah, I know they recruit a lot of kids that go elsewhere, but that doesn't automatically mean they can come there and just jump in and play.
I mean, I know what you're saying, but I can care less if he plays or not now. I just wish the kid the best. You know, if he went down there and if he do start, he start. I don't care. But I do know he has the talent to go play down there and start.
How would you feel as a teammate if one of your teammates transferred to Alabama? JC, because Billy, we talked about that a minute. You keep turning some camera on and off. I don't know what you're doing. There's a camera. Anyway.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
So that's a tough question because I know Worm says it's a different time. I could not imagine transferring to or from Tennessee to Alabama. That, like, if I was going to leave Tennessee, which we had this conversation too, like everybody thought about it, but I'm going somewhere far away. I'm not going to Alabama if I leave to, like, I look at them differently, and hats off to these guys for taking the emotion out of it and looking at it like a business transaction and, you know, doing what's right for them. But, like, I'm the wrong person to ask because I could not leave Tennessee and go to one of our rivals like that. I can't answer that question.
Didn't you say on the Co-World podcast and everybody, this is Jeff Coleman, one of Billy's teammates, great VFL, when y'all were talking about Joey's time in Alabama, that one of the reasons you picked Tennessee was to beat Alabama, wasn't it?
That was one, because at the time, yeah, when I got there, we, you know, when I arrived in '94, we had tied them once in 10 years. It's not like we jumped, and I'm gonna remind you again, we had the #1 recruiting class, so it's not like we jumped on some wave that everybody was trying to ride. We hadn't beaten Alabama in 10 years when we had that #1 class. We hadn't, you know, of course they had success. They had done other things. Our program was consistently good by the time we arrived, but there were certain things we hadn't done, and nobody was looking like, you know, oh, I'm gonna just go to Alabama because they're beating everybody every year. That's just not. Again, Worm says it all the time. People were built different. It's just a little different situation right now.
We got a question for Jeff in the YouTube chat. It says, ask Jeff if he considers a player that leaves Tennessee and goes to Bama a VFL. I think that's an obvious answer.
Is it though? Because anybody that has been to UT, that put in the sweat equity, the blood and tears, you'll always be a volunteer to a certain point. Like, if you go somewhere else after that, it's after you left UT. I mean, you're still a volunteer. You put in something. You put some type of effort into pushing our program forward. So, and again, I'm not going to knock these guys for leaving and going where they do. And yeah, he is, like, these guys. He did a lot for Tennessee. He put everything he had out there on that field for 2 years now. So of course, I'm not going to. Who am I or anybody else to say you're not a volunteer anymore if that's what he claims? That's on him. If he still claims it, I'm not going to be the one to say no, you're not.
So it's up to the player whether or not he claims it or not.
Yeah, if he claims it, I'm not knocking him for that.
All right. Well, we don't know that he's claiming it at all, so we don't know, that.
I still have teammates that played when I came in that still claims, Tennessee.
Like Sean Seabrook, like
I
brother
know quite a
Leland,
few guys.
like Leland Taylor. He didn't. That wasn't of his own choosing. He went and played somewhere else, but he still claims Tennessee. Like you said, we got the guys who we played with that went on, like B. Dart and other people. They still have those ties, and it's really, when you get to it, about they're tied to us, the players and everybody they played with. So, like with him, I know when it's hard for him to leave his brothers, his teammates, and other people. That wasn't an easy decision for him, and so I think he's still tied to them, and somewhat, by chance tied to the program too. So, yeah, if he still claims it, I'm not gonna be like, nah, no. But if he doesn't, then I get it.
Who was the biggest transfer while you were playing, Billy or
D-ball.
Jeff?
D-ball. It's got to be D-ball. Darwin. He came from NC State. And
what about transferring out? Who was the biggest player? So Darwin Walker, I forgot he was at NC State. I forgot that.
Hey, I'll never forget those days.
Brandon.
The quarterback.
Brandon was a big deal. You had the kid that went to Ole Miss. Oh, he was a lineman. He went to the league.
Mitch Baker.
No, not Mitch. Well, Mitch was another one, but there's another guy, the other outside linebacker. He walked on in Tennessee, and then he transferred to Ole Miss. You know what I'm talking about. He went down there and balled out. He was, what's his name? Mitch was one, but it was another guy that went to Ole Miss too. I'm sorry, I can't think of his name right now. I hate that because I know him well, and I'm just losing it right now. But we had who else transferred out that did well?
And you understand why Brandon Sturt transferred. I can understand that. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, and I told this story too. If Brandon had been in his playbook as much, or even 75%, if he had been in his playbook 50 to 75% of what Peyton was in his playbook, he would have played before Peyton did. Because if you watched what they did on the field, like Brandon popped out to you more. Like Peyton had everything that Peyton saw, people saw Peyton that took him to the league, but his composure, the way he studied, his approach, all that stuff, he was like that as a freshman. But as a freshman watching this, you don't think about that. You see who pops out to me on the field. And that was more so Brandon than him. Brandon was like that guy, but Brandon played. Brandon was a freshman. He partied, he did whatever. He didn't pay attention. He didn't study. And it cost him. Like, it cost him the opportunity because I think Peyton was the third team. He was 14. Peyton might have been 14 because you had a couple guys like had to go down for them to even play. And he wasn't ready when the opportunity popped up. He just wasn't ready to go.
Yeah, I always knew Brandon was gonna transfer. But anyway, what do you think about this defensive line coach, Garner? I didn't know he was at UT coaching when you were there. I didn't know that.
So, yeah, he was on the other side of the ball, and it was like, and it's like with him, I don't care where you put him, like at whatever, because what he brings to the table, like his energy, his belief in the kids, wherever he is in the room, like he believes in his kids and he makes you believe in him because he's one of those coaches that he has your best interest at heart and he's trying to get the best out of you. He's kind of old school in a way. I'm pretty sure he's not going to change who he is. He pulls it out of you. It's like he's one of those guys that he's going to push you to the limits. You might not like him some days in practice, but he does it because he loves you and he wants the best from you. And he's had success everywhere he's been. He was successful before he came to UT. He was successful after he left there. So he's one of those coaches. And again, he has been I think he's been a DC at some point. I think he had a stint as that, but he's a great coach. He's one of those guys that knows how to coach. You can depend on whatever unit he's with. That's not going to be your problem. Is one of those things, like, and they're going to be good. Either it just depends on how fast they're going to be good. They're going to be good under him.
Well, do you got anything you want to get off your chest? and say to the people?
I have a lot, like, that's why I've been quiet. You know, you guys haven't said, I've been working on some stuff, and like it's coming out. It's going. I'm gonna get it out before the end of the month. Actually, here shortly. It's just been a crazy couple weeks. It's been a crazy month. Like, you know, like Worm knows a lot of this behind the scenes stuff, and sometimes, you know, it's better to not say anything at all if you don't have anything good to say, or if you don't, you know, I don't want to be negative, Nelly, and that sort of thing. So I've been kind of chilling out a little bit. But it's because we all get frustrated or we get passionate because we love our university, we love our football program, and we're not happy about a lot of things that's just directly football related, but it's a lot of the stuff that we're not happy about is bigger than football. It's like you see there's a lot of things going on at our university, and you know, people are tired, people are mad, and you know, I've learned to not be emotional when I speak. I like try to be more calculated. So I've been gathering my thoughts and gathering my, you know, letting some things play out before I give an opinion about it. But yeah, it's you know, but it all comes down to we all just want to see our program do well, but also do well the right way and do right by people, qualified people. You know, that's what we want.
Well, Billy and I talked about T. Martin last week, so I'm putting you on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the T. Martin situation? A lot is said, and I'm not going to say what Facebook pages, but I'm friends with a lot of you guys, not just on Facebook, but I'm friends with a lot of VFLs, and I know how they feel. How did you feel about them not even offering T a job? And a lot of people have said that T has never been respected.
I said T is never. I said that when we talked, because he hasn't been respected. He wasn't respected as a player. He wasn't respected when he tried to get into coaching. And people who know that story, they know what I'm talking about. When he tried to get into coaching after he was disrespected or not respected enough as a player, he was disrespected there. He had to go about it the hard way. T has paid his dues as a player, as a coach. Every route that he's been, he's paid his dues. And then to even come, so we all know the story about when he was first, and you can't see me, but I'm using air quotes about how he was, I don't know if it was Butcher or Derek Dooley, one of them, when they tried to bring him back, and it was a disrespectful offer. He didn't come back, and people, they used that to just say, see, and they just jumped on him even more. After all of that, for him to come back home, it's not like he didn't have other opportunities. It's not like he didn't have anywhere else to go. It's not like he didn't have, he could have been anywhere, but he came back. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, I don't know if I would have done that. When he came back in, what was it, 16, 17, or whatever? When that situation went down, when he came back last year after 16, I'm like, after they didn't really give him a chance in 16 when Peru was hired, and for him to come back after that, I was like, he's being really big about the situation. He's really putting some pride to the side. He's really putting being done wrong to the side. He's putting all that up to the side because I know how much T loves the University of Tennessee. He is just as much in the fabric of the University of Tennessee as Peyton Manning is, and people don't want to hear that. But I'm gonna say that's my classmate. But how can you disrespect that man the way that people have, and for him to take all of that and then to come back? And yeah, as a wide receiver coach, he was assistant head coach, and wide receiver coach, but not to be the OC, not to be the head coach, but he did that out of a lot of it had to be for the love of the University of Tennessee. And for him to be not, and I knew after 16 when he didn't get interviewed or seriously considered, and we know who was in control of that situation. It was Phil. When somebody comes in a couple years later and says that if the guy that was your head coach, who's now the AD, didn't seriously consider you for the job at that time, like, I knew he wasn't going to get a real consideration at this time because of what happened there. And it wasn't, neither situation was right. The 16 was the prime moment for him. Now, if you were going to bring in somebody who was proven, who had a track record, who advanced, if you were bringing in Stoops or somebody like that over T, I'm like, okay, I get that. But if the reason why you didn't bring in T in 16, did you bring in Jeremy Pruitt? What was there about him that was so much that was on his resume that said, I'm going to hire him over T? Somebody with his, not just what he did as a player at Tennessee and the type of person he is and the type of coach he is, but his coaching resume was enough to at least get him serious consideration. Give him serious consideration. If you don't hire him, okay, I get it. I don't get it, but okay, I can understand that a little bit. But he didn't even get kind of consideration for that, which led to him not getting consideration this time. So that whole way that was handled and a lot of the stuff that was around that, like if you look at Jay, like Jay leaving and what happened to Jay before, like people know the story about Jay when Jay was here before and he left.
You mean Jay Graham?
Yeah, Jay Graham. And why he left, there's a pattern of, so there's two things I want to say. I'm real careful about when I throw this out. Like T's qualified, first and foremost. He's qualified to be considered. But for him to be qualified, for him to be to have his resume, to do what he did at Tennessee, and to be an African American and somebody like that, to not get considered, you can't not be mad about that and not feel some sort of way about that. And then when you bring in all these other big and little things that have happened, it makes you sit back. Like, so again, like you guys, if you're hearing this from me, right? Like the reason why you haven't heard from me in weeks, and I say you about our platform and speaking, is because of that. And because I'm frustrated with the University of Tennessee. I'm frustrated about the fan base. I'm frustrated with all of that. So I haven't been wanting to talk about that right now. I didn't want to speak on emotion and say the wrong, wouldn't be the wrong thing, but I didn't want to say something in the moment that's just going to sit out there for a long time. It's just like, just to be able to take it all in. And I know there's people out there right now probably typing in, calling in or whatever, and just want to dismiss everything I'm saying because it's like, it's not always about race. But yeah, if you look at the situation, some of it is, there's no excuse for this guy not to get an opportunity or a call or an interview or something to that effect. And it's not just that, it's the other things that we can't talk about right now just because it's confidential. It's things that we talk to team. And I know, and I'm not going to get out of it, and I'm not going to do like some other people just say what he said, but I know it made me mad when I talked to him because I knew some of it, but I didn't know until then. And he was genuine. He was hurt because he loved this university. And it wasn't about a job for him. That man can go, you can see he can go get a job anywhere. It's not about like, I'm trying to do this for my job. He can work anywhere. He can work in NFL, college, whatever. It was about what we're doing at the University of Tennessee. And I know I've been talking for a long time. I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let people jump in and say what they need to say.
Well, I heard that Peerless said pretty publicly that he talked to T and T told him how hurt he was. But that's all I heard. They didn't go into details.
I'm not saying like I'm not going like that's fine for Peerless to do because but I talked to T too, and I didn't want to because unless T will speak for himself. Like he'll tell, like you can hear from him after he actually spoke for himself. You can hear that he was hurt. Like Peerless knew he was, and I get why Peerless is defensive about that because of the connection and the relationship and everything that they have. And I wanted to say that. Like we could but I wanted him to say it for himself because we all felt that same thing that hurt because it's like we keep going through the same shit over and over. So yeah.
Well, what you got lined up for Cold World Podcast next? What's coming down the pike?
I am working on, we talked about, like, first of all, I can say this one, like Ray Austin, because our VFL, he's doing some great things with his fan control league. And,
Well,
he's a little busy right now, but we got him lined up to talk. But for me, because of this month and before it's over with, I wanted to really focus on some of it's Black History Month, and I want to talk to some of our people who have been trailblazers for what, like, I could have done a lot of other shows, and that's no disrespect to anybody else, but I want, there's a specific focus that I want to hit. There's like 2 or 3 things I want to do before the end of the month. I know I'm on the clock, but I'm gonna get it done before then. That has a specific focus about this month, what it means, how it connects to our university, and people who were trailblazers for myself, for Wern, and others to do. So that's when, and then March we can get back to our regularly scheduled program. But this month it's about that for me.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of fans, they all know about the Condredge Holloway story, but just because you have the first African American quarterback in the SEC, I guess is what they say, that doesn't mean that all the things are healed and the ship is right. I mean,
No, and it's not. And that's all. I'll say this, and I won't go into detail, but it's not. Condredge wasn't treated fairly. And I mean, there's a lot of players like that. I'm going to be really transparent. There's a lot of players like us that feel a certain way about Condredge, but you can't take what Condredge did and what he means away from him. Like that, those are 2 different things. Condredge is who he is. He did what he did, and that means something. What happened after that doesn't impact what Condredge is and what he did. So, and like everybody doesn't have the same like opinion about him either. So, but Condredge, he's legendary, he's iconic, and he deserves a certain level of respect that he hasn't gotten from the University of Tennessee.
Yeah. Jenny Van, one of our bestest Vol fans down in Florida, gets a question for both of you on Facebook. Do you think being on Pruitt's coaching staff hurt his chances of being considered for the head coaching job?
Who was this?
T. Martin.
It shouldn't have. I don't think it did, because Pruitt didn't have any top. Like, no, I don't, like with White. I don't think that should have been a deterrent at all. It's like, if anything, it should have helped him, because one of our strongest units was his unit. The way he recruited, the way he went about his business, he was the assistant head coach. Like, everything about that was a plus for him. And it's like it didn't mean anything to Danny White.
Yeah. Do you think this was just a safe bet for Danny White? Do you think that why he hired?
I think the minute
Heupel?
that Danny White got, now in retrospect, and Deuce said it. Like, now that I think about it, the minute that Danny White didn't really seriously consider anybody else, he was always going to hire Josh Heupel, unless he got this big whale or two. And I don't even know how hard he went at them. He was always going to hire Josh Heupel, because I've done this in life, in work, and everything else. When I'm going to a difficult situation, I'm taking people I know and I can trust into that difficult situation. We have some murky times ahead of us. So he's going with somebody that he knows and can trust, good, bad, indifferent, or whatever. He's bringing somebody that he knows into that fight. For that, I can't really knock him. I hate how that affects other people and everything else. But he knew that this is going to be some tough times. I know what this man is. If I'm going into a fight, I'm gonna go with somebody that I know what they is, and what they are, and who he is.
I'm going to read some comments on Facebook. Maurice Couch says VFL. I think he's referring to you and Billy, Jeff Coleman. Alan Gilreese says T should have at least got an OC job at the very least.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see T come in 2016 as head coach, says Chip Garrett.
That was the time. 2016 was the year he should have gotten the job.
Yep. Oh man. So what else is? I guess I don't see any callers or anything. We just got on here, Jeff, just to hang out with everybody on Friday. And I texted you earlier, and then you asked me what time, and then you didn't even respond.
No, well, what was funny about my niece and nephew over here, and I was gonna bring my nephew here. They're kind of like floating around, watching me do my thing. So my wife is like looking at me mean, but I was like, Worm and Bobby, they're just like, I got to get on here for a little bit. I got to go, but I had to get on here and run my mouth for a little bit though. But I appreciate you reaching out though. So we got some stuff that's coming. So don't think that. No, I've been feverishly writing and getting ideas. You know,
I know.
you see them coming.
We got you. Did you ever settle on the logo and everything? Are you settled on that?
Yeah, we got the logo. We got the logo ready.
All right, Jeff. I appreciate it. Go enjoy your family, and I'll talk to you over the weekend or first of next week about what we need to do.
Guys, man. You already know.
Yeah. All right.
Party of Michael Jackson, Ebony Ivory.
Hey, thanks for coming on with us, Lewis.
Okay, Earl. Absolutely.
Oh, now I got to go resize everything up because he jumped off. But anyway,
well, it still looked the same. I don't think anything changed.
Yeah, it did. I gotta fix this real quick. Read some comments on Facebook, and I'll get used to it before we go.
I see. You've already read all those.
I'll have a.
Yeah.
So who do you think the defensive coordinator is going to be?
I don't know.
You don't have any bets?
I don't know. I'll know something soon.
Who do you want it to be? I guess that's a better question. Who do you want it to be? If you were AD or Josh Heupel and they said, all right, Billy, we trust you. Go hire us a coach. Give me 2 or 3 people you would call first as defensive coordinator, and you had an unlimited budget.
Gosh, I actually think I would call myself. And the reason why, I mean, if they want to get rid of me in 2 weeks, I have $1 million. I can invest that in some stuff.
That's why we need to keep Kevin Steele, because we've already paid him $950,000 just to be interim coach. Didn't even have his business cards printed up. We need to keep him to get our money's worth.
That's what I said. I mean, we've already paid him this amount of his money right now. We at least get him through spring practice and see if he earned that $1 million. And then we don't think he pans out, we go get somebody else. Yeah. But no, man, I mean, to me personally, I would like to see here. I'll tell you, I will go get Gerard Mayo.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, this is why I say that. You have a young man that's going to come in here. He knows the program. He bleeds on. He's a VFL. He also has been in the NFL ranks of watching and calling calls, and he's a young mind. And he still plays what I call video games, and that's what's missing of the chess match when it comes to calling plays that stops an offense, that stops the play action from killing you all game, or stop the 3rd and longs and stuff. He would gamble, and no one in the SEC knows what he's going to be doing. He's brand new. They don't know what he's doing. He's fresh. That's what we need. Someone that's willing to take the risk, and no one knows what he's going to be calling, because you bring somebody in like that with that type of defensive mind and you don't know what he's going to be doing, it's tough. Go ask Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. Well, Gerard, he got to witness how Bill Belichick or Belichick, or how do you say, is it Belichick? I think it's Belichick. Bill Belichick, how he got to run a program, and that's where Nick Saban cut his teeth and learned, was under Bill Belichick. You know, Nick Saban's got to be cheating if he coached under Bill Belichick.
Hey, I'm just telling you, man. I mean, it's just it's that's the kind of mind I'm looking for, and that's the kind of mind I was looking for when I was saying we need an offensive-minded coach to come in. So I need a defensive-minded guy that's brand new, that no one knows what he's going to be putting out there. Like I said, I mean, I take myself because they don't know what I'm going to call out there. All they know is my boy is going to be having fun on the field.
Yeah. Well, we got a caller, Mike. Let's bring him on before we go. What you got for Catfish and Billy? You want to talk about T. Martin?
Oh, what's going on, guys?
How you doing?
Yes, I was listening to some of your comments earlier, and I can see where you guys are coming from. I mean, I really do. I guess another question for you, Catfish or Billy, how would it be if they would have gave him this job and things didn't turn around? Would that have hurt T in the long run also, or am I just looking at it in a different objective here?
I said that up there in the studio to Billy when we were talking in private. I said, I didn't want T to get this job for T because I think that put him in a bad situation. But if anybody could do it, hey, that's ballers want a ball in any circumstance. And they don't care what the situation is, that they're going to show out. And if they're a good coach, he's a good coach. But man, I didn't want it for T.
Well, here, I'll tell you this here. It becomes the journey that he wants. It becomes a situation where he gets what everybody said he doesn't have. He has what's called experience now as being a head coach. And let's say that, hey, he don't pan out. He goes 6-6, 7-5, or then he have a 4-8. But the one process that always happened with those types of coaches, the kids love them. The kids love him. The next place he goes, the unit with the president or whatever, and they realize that this guy here can bring in these kids to this school. And that's what it all matter. I understand the wins and losses and stuff, the way things goes now. But if you don't have a coach that the kids like, can't communicate with, it's not going to be a successful program. And that's what has been happening the past decade with the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, I understand that, Billy. I sure do. You know, I called, I guess, a couple of weeks ago when you were all on and discussed with you about the passion, you know, that's been missing.
Yeah.
And I like Catfish in a way I can understand where he comes with it, and I understand your point of view with this also. The only thing I would guess I would dread if he would have got this job is the, what do you call them? I guess the higher ups at UT and the boosters.
We lost a caller.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was a good call. You know what happened? My phone went dead. Oh, darn it.
How your phone go dead?
I had it plugged in too, Billy.
Yeah, you must have been on 1%.
No, I was on like 9%.
I got to get you a quick charger, man.
Golly. Call back in some other time. That was a great call. And I remember him when he called in before. Dadgummit. Billy, I had it plugged in the whole time.
That was a good caller, man. I like those are my favorite callers too.
Dang. Can you believe that? Well, that's a good time to end the show anyway. Hey, for all you guys that got that 100-year-old heating and air unit and ridiculous electric bill, Blue Water Climate Control is giving away 20 furnaces or air handlers with a complete system install. Now is the time to get a new heating or air unit. Customers have saved as much as $1,000 to get the offer. All you need to do is call 865-299-2290 or go to bluewaterclimatecontrol.com to book online. They'll come give you a quote on your new American Standard heating and air system. They're only giving 20 of these away during the month of February, so you better hurry up. We don't need one in the Volunteer Roadshow because they came out and cleaned their ducts. They came out and serviced our air conditioning unit. But if we did need one, I'd be calling them up in February. You know that, Billy? And Jeremy, he's a big supporter of UT Athletics. He sponsors a lot of radio shows that talk about UT Athletics, podcasts, and the like. And he sponsors Volunteer Roadshow. And we thank you, Jeremy. And the best way to help us out is to, when you go do business, call Blue Water Climate Control. Go to Tennessee Tap House and order a beer and say, hey, you know what? I seen y'all on Volunteer Roadshow. Go to Hound Dogs. Tell Jesse, hey, they been hearing about you on Volunteer Roadshow. Go to Orange Mountain Designs and say, man, I heard you on the Lady Vol postgame show. That's how you help us the most, and it helps us put out better content. And I hate that I dropped that call. I won't do it again. You promised to call me back next Friday, caller. I'll have my phone charged. Quit laughing, Billy. It ain't like you ain't ever had your phone die right in the middle of a conversation. Don't even act like it.
Hey, Chip Garrett over here he said, you can use my phone, Catfish.
Jeez.
He said, can you phone a friend? Oh, man. Love it.
When are we going to do the Lover's Lane video, Bobby versus Billy? I think you've been dodging me, Billy. You've probably been secretly down there working out, doing all these push-ups and stuff like Rocky.
Well, I have been doing my push-ups, so
I've been doing mine too.
Well, we know how your push-ups are.
And I think you've been fudging on them texts you've been sending me on how much weight you lost. You're going to lose so much weight, and it's going to be easy to block you. I think what we need to do, before we do the block, because things break when it's cold, like bones. Metal breaks. I used to drive a truck up in Alaska, and man, I had metal airlines, glad hands would break off. I mean, you don't want to do anything when it's too cold. And I'd hate to have you break your finger or your thumb or your ankle because it was so cold.
Hey, I got insurance.
Yeah, well, I don't. And I got some Little Debbie's being sent to me by Little Debbie McKee Foods in Collegedale, Tennessee. I'll put a box. Hey, if I put a box of them oatmeal cream pies, there is not an army that'll be able to get by me.
Man, they own you over here.
What'd they say? I'm not even going to look.
Hey, Bob Shutt said, I can send you a phone charger.
I got one right here. It just ain't charging.
Hey, Jenny Van said, yeah, it sounds like you need a new charger.
I do. I didn't check for that little toot when it plugs in. You know what I'm talking about?
I guarantee that's what it was.
I should have checked. That's my fault. But anyway, back to the Bobby versus Billy videos. We hadn't done anything in a while, and I'll be down there next week sometime. But I think we need to do bowling. Can you bowl?
I can learn.
Have you ever bowled before?
A bowl of Cheerios?
No, bowling. See, now I know you're sandbagging. You can bowl. I know what you're doing. Don't even start that with me.
What are you talking about?
Bowling. A bowling ball. A bowling alley.
You mean like the Fred Flintstone bowling?
Yeah.
Thing? Okay, the twinkle toes and then throw. Yeah, I can try.
What's your high score?
Yeah, like
mine's about 150. Can you beat 150?
With my eyes closed.
All right, can you do one? I think I did 200 one time.
Well, I get 200 all the time on my phone, so I think I can do it.
Oh, you bowl on your phone?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, do you got any boys that's got a pool table? We can do that on Bobby versus Billy. We can probably find something. Hey, I was driving down. I'll tell you something that I could wear you out on. I was driving down this old part of town, and they've opened up a pinball bar. Let me tell you something, Billy. You can laugh all you want to, but when I was coming up, see, I'm older than you. I came in on the tail end of the pinball, and I could wear. I'm telling you, I'm not going to tell you all my tricks, but if you learn how to jostle that pinball machine a little bit to manipulate that ball without it wouldn't just enough where it wouldn't do the tilt, where it was disqualifying you. You had to know how to do all. Man, I was a master at pinball. I think we need to find a pinball machine. I could wear you out pinball.
So basically, you what you're saying is you have to cheat to win.
No, that's not cheating. That's part of pinball.
Well, I have to let you win in something. So, I mean, I'm trying to alternate, let you win, then I win.
You won in cornhole last time.
Yeah, I'm
alternating. So it's my turn. What can I beat you in? Bowling?
So what,
can you bowl for real? I need to know if you can bowl.
I mean, I can learn. I'm telling you, man, I'll figure it out. Can't be that hard, just throwing a ball down the aisle, I guess.
Bowling's a white boy sport. You know that, don't you?
I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm still gonna win regardless.
All right. You keep talking.
I said I was gonna just win, lose, but I'm tired of losing.
So you're saying you threw that horse game in basketball. Is that what you're saying?
Go back and rewatch it and you tell me.
I do think that last shot you missed on purpose. I noticed that.
I was sandbagging. I mean, nobody miss off the backboard.
No, I wanted you to beat me fair and square. Are you really saying you threw that?
I mean, ask Isaac, he'll tell you. No, you won fair and square. Be out.
All right, that's what I wanted to hear. Somebody just put something in. I need some suggestions. Somebody said golf. Oh, I could beat you in golf. You'd be like Charles Barkley out there, and I'd be like Phil Mickelson.
Hey, all it takes is give me a 24-hour grace period, and I guarantee you'll be mad.
I used to be an athlete, Billy, back in the day. I never played any sports, but I was athletic.
Hey, I haven't lost a touch. Just about 60 pounds lighter.
Bob over here on Facebook says, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's Alabama football. And hey, Mark Taylor said, just remember the movie Tilt. Got to watch that bumping. Yep.
Well, somebody said, can you play? Yeah, hey, do they have McDonald's bag out there at the golf? I'll be out there.
Let's see. Some over here on YouTube says, you're calling in next Friday. All right, Henry, I'm holding you to it. See, everybody thinks you can beat me in everything. Justin Sanday says, poor Catfish. Russell Morinor says, all in the hips, Bobby. Ping pong. You know anybody who got a ping pong table?
I don't.
We need to find one because I could beat you in ping pong. Just give us some ideas. Do we have our mailbag up yet on the website where you can send us your ideas? Let me look on our website. I told Dennis at Digital Brick to put up a mailbag on all our pages. Let me see. I'm going to look. Yes, there's a mailbag on the Bobby and Billy show on volunteerroadshow.com. Give me some ideas on Bobby versus Billy. All right, Billy, let's get on out of here.
All right, let's get out.
What are you doing this weekend?
Absolutely nothing. I probably actually I got to put this stuff together. A big dresser.
Oh, the one for my room?
I haven't put that thing together. I think it's huge. I didn't realize it was that big.
We need to take it upstairs before we put it together.
Oh, it's upstairs.
Oh, it isn't?
It's still heavy.
Hey, we need to help people with rent money. We forgot about that. I'm pulling up bet now.
Oh, I mean, all the game. Oh, I don't have anything to play. I'm tired of winning.
Well, don't start that with me. Well, let's go through basketball. NCAA men's. Now I've been on fire on basketball. All right.
I would have sent you a couple of these parlays I've been winning, but I didn't want you to see what I've been doing.
All right, I'm down to my last $2.
I know you got that song.
What a shame.
While that's playing, I'm gonna look over these games tonight.
My lady at the casino. She lost all her money. She said, don't feel sorry for me. No. Don't feel sorry, honey. But if you want to do a lady a favor, here's what I want you to do.
All right, I see some good bets here.
Just loan me $2. Oh, until the next time I see you. But these last $2,
I see some money makers here, Billy.
Well, tell me so I can play the opposite.
Nah, don't start that. I'm gonna tell you right now. West Virginia tomorrow at 1:00 is playing Oklahoma. West Virginia favored by 3.5. They're gonna win by 10.
What's the total? 140 something?
144.5.
I would take the over.
I don't know anything about the over or under on that one. Still tonight, Illinois and Nebraska. Nebraska is a 14-point underdog. I think they cover that.
Yeah, they'll smash them. I agree.
An underdog of 14 points. I don't think Illinois will win by more than 7 or 8.
Yeah, they will crush them.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to take Illinois first half to cover by 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let me look at this. Hold on.
Be a big play for me.
Let me look at the first half. Did you see that? Hold on. It ain't doing it for me. Hold on.
I like Detroit with the 3 points, and I like the over. See, that's 3 right there for you.
Hold on. I got to actually make a bet here. I got a couple of dollars left. I didn't bet it all on the Super Bowl. All right, it is 8 points. So you think Illinois is going to win by more than 8 points in the first half?
They should be up by 20 by halftime.
All right, I'm gonna start listening to you. Because my bets have always been bad. So I'm gonna put a couple bucks on that. All right, there's my $2. All right. Tomorrow's game. That's all I see for today. What did I say on tomorrow? West Virginia would cover that. Yeah,
what we should do is a quick show tomorrow, like a 20-minute. Just put a.
You think so? Just a betting show?
Yeah.
Well, I don't only see that one for today. I don't know anything about these other teams.
See, those are the ones you need to bet on with no one betting. That's what I play. I'll just be playing like.
Which one? You get all these little birdies telling you what to play on all these games nobody even watches. Any of these tonight? I need to get my bankroll back up there.
The only one right now is Detroit.
What are they saying on Detroit?
+3
on the game. All right, I'm gonna put a couple bucks on that.
And then they like the over in that game too, but.
Oh, you never did remind me about sending Jenny Van her face mask. Remember? Didn't I tell you to remind me?
Yeah, you sure did.
Remind me. Jenny Van, you got my email. Just keep reminding me until I send it. I'm sorry. All right, we got some good suggestions over here on Facebook. Chip Garrett says arm wrestling would be over in about 2 seconds. Billy would hurt Catfish. See, that's what I like. Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect. I got some guns. And Chip says it would be good comedy TV.
It will be. It's already like that.
Jenny Van says foosball. I was the king of foosball. See, you're getting me back into my wheelhouse in the 70s. Miniature golf. I would wear Billy out on miniature golf. Yard darts. I might poke your eye out, Billy. How do you even play yard darts? I know they're like big old darts you just throw up and you got to like land in a circle or something. I don't even think they make them anymore because they're so dangerous.
I've never heard that one.
Yard darts? You've never heard of yard darts?
Nope.
I remember having some as a kid, but we just threw them up in the air just to watch them land and stick in the ground. They were metal. I'm sure somebody sued somebody to the moon and back is why they don't make them anymore. Air hockey. Yeah. Billy, I'm telling you, there's four Bobby versus Billy videos right there that I would be victorious in right there. They've got an air hockey machine down at where we went out to eat. What's the name of that place? Got the bar.
The main event.
Main event in Knoxville. We'll just have, and they got bowling there too. We'll film a couple of videos. We could just go down. That's what we need to do. Go to the main event. They got all kinds of things we can do. Bobby versus Billy videos. I got bowling, air hockey, free throw shooting. What else they got there? Video games.
Guess I need to go start and learn how to bowl now.
Don't start that. I already know you hadn't know how to bowl. See, you
download this bowling on my
No. Huh? You've already been bowling since when I was there last. You went bowling.
I didn't. I just went.
No, you went and bowled.
I went.
You know the last time I went, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, it will be. I mean, it's going to be easy. I know. I mean, I like I said, I don't think I'm gonna let you win anything else because.
Chase over here on YouTube says, Catfish, I don't want your help with rent money. I'll get evicted.
Oh, man. Please don't. Please don't.
Croquet. Oh, man, I was good at croquet back in the day when I was a kid. Henry Riddle says he loves this show. Go Big Orange. Tennessee drops LSU by 12 points. He said we should go at it on the NCAA football game. I'm not good at video games.
I am the best at video games.
But I'd play you. I'm not afraid of you, Billy. I'm not afraid of you in anything. Not even blocking. I'm not afraid of you.
I love the confidence.
Well, see, that's part of my strategy. I got to act confident. Part of my strategy.
Yeah, I used to be my strategy.
I've been losing weight. I know I was joking around about Jim Chaney's weight, and I shouldn't have done that. I apologize.
So because you get, I'm not gonna say that.
What? I'm just making an apology. I made fun of his weight in Golden Corral last week or last show. And I shouldn't have. And I apologize. I'm a man about it. And it's not because I'm large. I'm losing weight. I bet you I hadn't gotten on a scale because I don't want to get on the scale. I don't want to. I guess I don't want to come down to reality and have it say something I don't think it should say. Is why I hadn't got on a scale.
Like what? Like plus 3?
Because I feel like I've lost 10 pounds since I've started this Beachbody diet.
So do you have a Beachbody yet?
Yep. Not yet, but I'm working on it. I'm closer than I was last week.
So you got to make sure you get a tan now. So
they didn't say nothing about no tan.
That's what the Well, I'm gonna continue the country boy diet until
we could fish out there in the lake in the neighborhood. I know I could beat you fishing. I was raised fishing. Billy doesn't go fishing. He goes what Steve Harvey calls hoping for that bobber to go under. Billy just left. Where did Billy go? Billy's gone. He did what happened to me the other day, and I'm going to go ahead and get this figured out. I don't know what happened to Billy, but he'll be back. Probably not. I probably ought to end this. What happened? Poker, that's a good one. I like that. Keep coming with some ideas, because we're definitely going to be making a lot of videos here real soon. Real soon. Let me get this sized up. Billy, I can't believe Billy left me hanging like that. I think he did that on purpose. Y'all think he did that on purpose? I do. I definitely think he did that on purpose. Anyway, let me read some of these comments before I go. Hunting, I'd kill. Billy couldn't beat me. A rap battle, that's a good idea. That's a real good idea, actually, because Billy would probably beat me on that. Chess, horseshoes. No, I'm not good at horseshoes. Arm wrestling, paintball. That's a good one, D4. Beatboxing, I can't beatbox. No MMA match. Now, spades, I'm going to tell you something. Billy thinks he's like the best spade player ever. And I'm telling you right now. I've got a good spade game. I can play spades. Parking lot pimping. Billy would beat me on that. Definitely beat me on that. Four-wheeler racing. Food eating contest. Billy can eat, though. So can I. All right, guys. It's been fun. Enjoyed all the calls. Enjoyed all your comments. Don't forget to tell everybody that you go see about Volunteer Roadshow. Share this on your Facebook page, and you could win that painting that sits behind Billy. It's 6 foot by 32 inches. It's a canvas. We're adding more items to our store that would help us keep the light bills paid. We sell every team that you can think of on Volunteer Roadshow under the store. A lot of Tennessee merch. We're still putting new stuff up. So we're going to get on out of here. So thanks for tuning in. Go Vols. I'm going to tell you something. Billy might beat me in Lover's Lane, but he's going to know I've been there. I promise you that.